Have you ever felt like you're building this massive business empire, but you're doing it all from your garage? And your only real sounding board is, your cat? Well, today we're going to look at a really innovative solution to that exact problem, transforming a historic building into a high-tech launchpad for entrepreneurs. Let's dig into how they're tackling what they call garage isolation. So let's start with a feeling that I think a lot of entrepreneurs know really, really well. It's that quiet hum of a laptop in a spare bedroom, maybe the four walls of your garage just kind of closing in. It's the strange paradox, right? You're building something huge, but you feel completely alone while you're doing it. And this quote, oh man, it just perfectly captures that surreal, kind of funny reality of being a solo entrepreneur. You're there, mapping out these massive projections for the next quarter, and the only feedback you're getting is from a cat who, let's be honest, is way more interested in its next nap. And this really highlights a major shift that's happening. For a long time now, we've all been living in that left column, a world of back-to-back Zoom calls and endless email threads. But there's a real burnout happening with that digital-only life. We're starting to crave the handshake, that shared laugh, the simple energy of just being in the same room with another person. So if that garage isolation is the problem, what's the solution? Well, the creators of this project believe it's about engineering a space that's specifically designed for something they call collision. This is a place for the kind of networking and genuine connection that, frankly, local businesses absolutely depend on to thrive. So the San Pedro Local Market isn't just another retail space. It's what they call a kinetic space. And that word kinetic is so important here. It's all about energy, movement, and interaction. This is not a static, boring mall. It's a dynamic environment that's built for people and their ideas to literally bump into each other. And this right here, this is the core philosophy. Before you can dream about going global, you have to master being hyper-local. So why does that matter so much? Because in an age where we hear all about the retail apocalypse, a strong physical presence is where you build a real community, where you test your ideas, and where you get honest feedback you just can't find online. Okay, so now let's get into how this vision is actually being built, because this is where the project gets really, really unique. It's not just a market. It's this fascinating blend of history and, honestly, a little glimpse into the future of retail. So the whole project's foundation is built on a deep respect for history, all centered around this iconic old JC Penney building. But look, this isn't just about preserving bricks and mortar. For a community, landmarks like this are keepers of shared memory, and giving them a new life, that's a really powerful act of revitalization. And this is the crucial part. It's not about creating some stuffy museum. This is what the source material calls the Don Allen twist. It's about taking that history and infusing it with cutting-edge technology to make it relevant and super exciting for today. And just to give you a sense of the scale of this futuristic vision, just picture this number for a second, 16 feet. That is the height of the technological centerpiece of this entire space. It's called the Monolith. It's this massive, immersive digital wall that is designed to just stop you in your tracks. But it's not just a giant TV. Its real purpose is to be a bridge, to connect the physical products you can actually touch and hold with the digital stories behind them. This illustrates the magic of it perfectly. So, imagine this. You're holding a beautiful, handcrafted mug, and then you look up, and you see the artisan who made it on this giant screen sharing their story. All of a sudden, it's not just a mug anymore, is it? It's a connection. It's an experience. And that leads us to another key concept. The market is described as a content farm. Now, for small businesses that are always struggling with marketing, this is a total game changer. The big idea here is that all the activity happening on the ground floor provides the raw material for a powerful media engine located right downstairs. This slide breaks down the two halves of this ecosystem so well. Upstairs, you've got the playground. That's the bustling market where real life is happening, where connections are made. Then downstairs, you have the engine, the video and podcast studios where those stories get captured and then shared with the rest of the world. So, how does this actually work? This flywheel shows it perfectly. An entrepreneur meets a potential collaborator over coffee. They can immediately go downstairs and record a conversation. That content then gets broadcast on the Monolith upstairs. And boom, a casual shopper sees it and becomes a loyal superfan. Every single interaction becomes a marketing opportunity. Okay, so all of this, it all builds to what is probably the most important takeaway from this entire concept. It's a simple but really powerful analogy that defines the whole mission of the San Pedro Local Market. And this gets right to the heart of it all, the shift from being a landlord to being a launchpad. See, a landlord is passive, right? They provide space, they collect rent, but a launchpad, that's an active partner. It provides the fuel, like the content studios, and the signal, like the Monolith, that a business needs to soar. For a local chamber of commerce, this isn't just another building. It's a powerful engine for real economic growth. And that's really the final thought we're left with here. It completely reframes the whole conversation about what commercial space can even be. It's not just about four walls and a roof anymore. It's about building an entire ecosystem for success. So the real question is, what becomes possible when we stop looking for landlords and we start looking for launchpads?